Okay. Next today class is templates in C++. The templates in C++. Okay. Next here you can see templates. Okay. Using templates, it's possible to create generic functions and classes. By using templates, it is possible to create generic functions and classes. In a generic functions or class, the type of data upon which the functions which the functions you can say okay which functions or class operated is specified as parameters. Okay, thus we can use thus we can use thus we can use one function or class with several different types of data without having to explicitly record specific versions of each data type. Okay, a generic function, first one, function template. Okay, there are two types of templates are there. Okay, function template and class template. Function template and a class template. Okay, generic function defines a general set of operations that will be applied to various types of data. To various types of data. The type of data that the function will operate upon is passed to it as a parameter through a generic function. A single generic procedure can be applied to a wide range of data. Okay, the general form of a template function definition is shown here. Okay, here you can see template class T type. Okay, return type function name here T type A1, T type A2, T type template type N type. Here body of the function. Okay, here T type is placeholder name for a data type used by the function. Okay, here you write a generic function swap to interchange any two variables. Okay, those variables integer, character, and floating point variables are there. Okay, version should you can use header file iostream.h header file. Next template is class T. Okay, swap of TP comma TQ. Okay, T is a class A. Okay, that is assigned one object P and one other object Q. Okay, here T temp. Next temp is equal to P is equal to Q. P is equal to temp is equal to P is equal to Q is equal to temp. Here the values are swapped here. The values are swapped here. Suppose P value you can take 10, or Q value you can take 20. Okay. Here temp is equal to 10. Temp is equal to 10. Okay. P is equal to Q. Q value what to 20. Okay, P is equal to 20. Here Q is equal to temp. Temp value what here 10. Okay. Here interchange with the values. Interchange with the values. Here we can say okay int void void main. On that main function you can write down these variable declarations or initializations are there. Int I is equal to 10, j is equal to 20. I is equal to 10, j is equal to 20. Float x is equal to 10.1, y is equal to 23.3. Character a is equal to x, b is equal to z. Okay. Next here, swap of I comma j. Swap of I comma j means integer values are swapped here. Integer values are swapped here. Okay, 10, 20. Next here you can see swap of floating point values. Okay, 10.1 and 23.3. And character x and z. Okay, those are here. Okay, these are actually x values and these are y values, but those are changed. These are now x values and these are now y values. Y values. Okay, these are now this is I value initial value was 10, but here changed to 20. Okay, j value initial value 20, changed here 10. Okay, x value 10.1, but x value 23.2 and 23.2 now 10.1. Okay, here x value what character x, but z here x. Okay, template class T void swap void swap. Okay, here you can take swap T space P comma T space Q tells the compiler two things that a template is being created and the and a generic definition is being. being. Okay, here T is a generic type that is used as a placeholder. That is used as a placeholder. Okay. Next here you can see after the template portion, okay, the function swap is declared using T, capital T, as the data type of the values that will be swapped in main function. The main swap function is called using three different types of data: ints, floats, and characters. Because swap is a generic function, the compiler automatically creates three versions of a swap. One that will exchange integer values, one that will exchange floating point value, and one that will swap character value. A function with two generic types, a function with two generic types, we can define more than one generic data type in the template okay, statement by using comma separated list. more than one more than one generic data type in the template statement by using a comma separated list. For example, below program creates a template function that has two generic types. A function with two generic types. Okay, here you can see class template t1 comma class template 2 t2. Okay, void my function. Okay, t1 assigned with x and t2 assigned with y. Okay, cout less than x less than slash t less than y and black slash l. Okay, void main function. Okay, here my function what 10 comma I like c plus plus. I like a C++. Next, my function 98.6 comma 90. Okay, closing. Output here you can see 10 I like C++. Both are interchanged. Both are interchanged. Here also 98.6 to 90. 98.6 to 90. Here not changed. Same as is. Those values are printed. My function on that my function you are written what are those values are printed same as t. Here we can't using swapping. Okay, when we are using swapping then exchange. Okay, here the information can't exchange here. Information can't exchange here. Okay, the previous one here you can see in swapping function both values are changed. Okay, swapping means interchanging, exchanging the values. Suppose I have 10 rupees and you have 20 rupees. Okay, we can exchange. Okay, now when we can exchange 20 rupees I have, you have now 10 rupees. Okay, changing the values. Okay, changing the values. Okay, two persons are there. Two persons have 10 rupees and 20 rupees. Those 10 20 rupees you can mix in a one box and the first person can put 10 and second person can put 20 rupees. Okay, when you can take first person can take 20 rupees and second person can take 10 rupees, then those are changed. Okay, that is the swapping. Okay, here generic function restrictions. What are the restrictions of generic function? Okay, see here generic functions are similar to overloaded functions except that they are more restrictive. Okay, restrictive. When functions are overloaded, you may have different actions performed within the body of each function. But generic function must perform the same general action for all versions. Only the type of data can differ. Overloading a function template in addition to create explicit overloaded versions of the generic functions, you can also overload the template specification itself. To do so simply creates another version of the template that differs from any other in its parameter list. For example, demonstrate the function template overloading. Okay, here in overloading function template, in addition to creating explicit overloaded versions of generic function. Okay, overloaded nothing but the same function name but different argument list is there. That is called function overloading. In templates also we can use the overloading function overloading. Here you can see generic functions are similar to overloaded function except that they are more restrictive. They are more restrictive. When functions are overloaded, you may have different actions performed within the body of the each function. Which functions? Okay. Next, Here you can see this is the program for that. Okay, void f of x comma a. Okay, inside okay template class x, the first version of f. Okay, next here you can see void f of x of a, void f of x of a. Okay, next here you can see second version of f template, template class x comma class y. Next void f of x space a comma y space b. Inside of f x space a comma y space b. Okay, int main function f of 10 only one value is there calls f of x. Okay, f of 10 comma 20 calls what is this one x and y. Okay, here the template for f of is overloaded to accept either one or two parameters. Okay, here function is okay. Function name is same but argument list is different. Function name is same but argument list is different. That is called a function overload. Okay. Next here you can see write a function template to sort an array item. To sort an array item. Okay. Here include iostream.h template class t. Okay. Void sort x space star a comma int space n. Okay. Here int I comma j t space t for I is equal to 1 I less than n I plus plus. For j is equal to n minus 1 j greater than I j plus minus 1. If a of j minus 1 greater than a of j. Here swapping technique we can use. T is equal to a of j minus 1, a of j minus 1 is equal to j, j of j is equal to t. Here you can take I value initial value 1 and that initial value n value you can enter. So suppose you can enter n value 3, 3, 3 minus 2, 2. Okay, next 2 is greater than or equal to 1. Condition true. Next I minus 1. Then here also condition check, but those values are changed here. Okay, sorting nothing but here. What is the meaning of sorting? Okay, sorting nothing but here. Okay, arranging. What are the elements are there? Those elements are arranging in a order. In a order. Okay, elements. What are the elements? You can take those elements are sorted in a order. Here you can see. Here you can see. Okay, here you can see int I array of 7, 7, 5, 4, 3, 9, 8, 6. This is the array. Okay, size of array is 7. Okay, 7 elements are there. Next, double F array of 5. Here also 5 elements are there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. Next, int I. Okay, sort I array of 7, comma, sort F array of 5. Okay, both are sorted. Both are sorted. Okay, integer values started and floating point values are started. Okay, next here sorted integer array. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And sorted character array 3.0, 1.2, 2.6, 8.9, 9.6. Okay, those. Okay, here sorting order. What are the elements are there? Those elements are in sorting order. Okay, in previous okay, generic classes. Okay. Generic functions are over. Okay, templates are two types. One is function template, the second one is class template. In class template, you can see here, class templates, you can see, okay. In addition to generic functions, we can also define a generic class. Okay, when we do this, we create a class that defines all the algorithms used by that class. Okay, here there are actual types of parameters being manipulated will be specified will be specified as parameters when objects of that class are created. Okay. Generic classes are useful when a class uses logic that can be generalized. For example, the same algorithm that maintain a queue of integers will also work for a queue of characters. and the same mechanism that maintain a linked list of mailing addresses will also maintain a linked list of autoport information. Okay, here you can see generic classes are useful when a class uses logic. When a class uses logic, that can be generalized. Okay, what is the generic function? In addition to generic function, we can also define generic classes. When we do this, we create a class that defines all algorithms used by that class. Okay, however, the actual parameter of the data being manipulated will be specified. Will be specified. Will be specified. Okay, as parameters when object of that class are created. Generic classes are useful when a class uses logic that can be generalized. For example, the same algorithm that maintain a queue of integer will also work for queue of characters, and the same mechanism that maintain a linked list of mailing and addresses will also maintain a linked list of autopart information. The general form of a generic class declaration is template class T. So here you can see class name, opening braces and closing braces. When class is over, there must and should you can give the semicolon. Okay, general form of member function definition of classes template class space T. Okay, return type class name T function. Okay, here opening braces and closing braces, the general form of object. Here you can see general form of member function definition of template classes. Here template class, return type, class name. This is a function. Okay, this is a member function of that class. Okay, class name. Class is a keyword. Here you can mention the class name, opening braces and closing braces. Between these two braces, what are the information is there? That information called data and function member function. Okay, data members and member functions are there. Okay, and when the class is over, must and should you can put semicolon at the end of that class name. Okay, next, general form of object creation of template classes. Okay, class name, data type, object 1 comma object 2. Class name, data type, object 1 comma object 2. Okay, write program to add two numbers using class templates. Here you can see class name is add. Class name is add. Class is T. Here T space A comma B. T space A comma B. Public void get data and display data. These two are the member functions and these two are the data members. Get data. These two are the data and these two are the member functions. Template class is over, then semicolon is end is there. Okay, then class is over. Now template T. Okay, now what are the functions are there? Those functions now we can call. Okay, here you can see void add of T get data. Okay, enter two numbers C in. Okay, A, P, those two values you can enter by using input statement. Then after template class T, void add a T display. Here display that information. Here display that information. Okay, you can see C out sum less than A plus B. Okay, void main function add int object 1 add float object 2. Okay, B1 get data, display data, get data and display data. You can see here two data types are there. Two data types. First is integer and another one is floating point value. What are the information is there? That information there we can't mention any data type. Okay, just objects are mentioned there. Those objects you can now. Okay, one object is what integer and another one is floating point. OBJ1 add. Here integer values are added. Here integer values are added. Get data means take data by keyword. Here integer values are taken and those integer values are displayed by using this display function. Those integer values are displayed by using this display function. And second one object 2 is assigned to that add class and those values are floating point values. Those floating point values are get data here taking data by using keyboard. Those floating point values are taken here and displayed by using this statement. Okay, here add class assigned two objects, object 1 and object 2. Those two objects are assigned for one is integer data type and the one is floating data type. One integer data type object is getting data. Getting data means taking data information by from keyboard and displaying that same information here. And object 2 also taking information from keyboard and displaying same information here. Okay, next output you can see. Okay, output you can see what is the output. Enter two numbers. Enter two numbers 4 and 5. Sum is equal to 9. Enter two numbers 4.8 and 5.1, sum 9.9. Okay, a class with two generic data types, you can see here. A template class can have more than one generic data type. Simply declare all the data types required the class in a comma separated list within a template specification. Okay, you can see here two generic class types here. IOStream.h template class T type 1 class T type 2 class my class type 1 I type 2 J public my class type 1 A type 2 B. Next I is equal to A, J is equal to B. If those values are assigned, void show. Next I and J values are printed here. You can see here. Okay, void main my class. Here int and double. Int and double. Okay, those integer values and double values are mentioned there. Integer values and double values are mentioned there. Okay, next, okay, ma. Integer values and routing values are here. You can see. Okay, void main my class int and double. Okay, OB1 means object is assigned there. On that object one, what are the values are there? 10 is integer value. Okay, and 0.23 is double value. 10 is integer value and those are double values. ನೋಡ್ವಾ ಇದೆ घराचं मोठ्या ऑनलाईन चालू केलं पाणी जन पडो थंबो ఏడు పది ఏడు ఇరవై కిలో అవుతుంది मोठ्या ఏడు పది కెలా అవుతుంది ఏడు పది ఏడు ఇరవై సరే मोठ्या మహాట కరుస్తా హలో okay uh, the power of template, the template help you. Here you can see, okay, 10 is integer value, 0.23 is the double value. Okay, character and character here. Template help you achieve one of the most what is that one, please elusive goals in programming, the creation of reusable code. Through the use of template classes, you can create and framework that can be applied over and over again to a variety of programming situations. Generic functions and classes provides a powerful tool that you can use to amplify your program's efforts. Once you have written and debugged a template class, you have a solid software component that you can use with confidence in variety of different situations. Okay. You are saved from the tedium of creation of separate implementation for each data type which you want the class to work. While it is true that the template syntax can seem a bit template syntax can seem uh, here you can see, okay, with which you want the class to work. While it is true that the template syntax can seem a bit in intimation at first, the reward are well worth the time it takes to become comfortable with it. Template functions and classes are already becoming commonplace in programming, and this trend is expected to continue. For example, the STL standard template library definition by C++ is, as its name implies, built up templates. Okay, one last point. Although templates added a layer of abstraction, they still ultimately compile down to the same higher performance object code. Okay, that you have come to expect from C++. Okay, here you can see in templates, you can see here, okay, I is equal to a, j is equal to b, those two are the variable assigned to template object, but here we can't use any data types, any data type here. Okay, but you can see, You can see here we can mention data type integer double, here character and character. Integer double, integer means integer value, double means 0.23. Here character nothing but single character, here character star nothing but here you can take string values. Okay, but in programming we can't use those, okay. Next you can see starting. Okay, what are the types of templates? Okay, there are two types of templates are there. Okay, templates. Using templates, it is possible to create generic functions and classes. So what are the functions are there and classes we can create by using templates. In generic functions or classes, the type of data upon which the function or class operation is specified as parameters. Okay, on that class operations is specified parameters are there. Those you can use. Thus, we can use one function or class with several different types of data without having to explicit record specific versions of for each data type. Okay, generic functions. A generic function defines a generic set of operation that will be applied to various types of data. Okay, the type of data that the function will operate upon is passed to it as a parameter. Through a generic function, a single general procedure can be applied a wide range of data. The general form of template function defined as shown below. There are two types of functions. Templates are there. One is class and another is function template. Template syntax here. Template class type, return type, function name, t type a1 comma, t type a2 comma, dash t type n. Next body of function. Here t type is placeholder name for a data type used by the function. Okay, write a generic function swap to interchange any two variables. Okay, here interchanging the values. So here interchanging the values int I is equal to 10, I is equal to 20. Those values are interchanged here. Those values are interchanged here. Okay. What are the values are interchanged there? Some of the values are interchanged. Okay. What are the values are interchanged here? Okay. Listen. Okay. Here you can listen. Int I is equal to 10, j is equal to 20, float x is equal to 10. Next y is equal to 23.3. Character a is equal to x, b is equal to z. Okay, next output, those values are interchanged 20, 10. Next 23.2 and 10.1. Z here, X here. Okay, next here you can see template class T avoid swap of T space P comma T space Q tells the compiler two things. Okay, that template is being created. Template being created. Okay, template being created here. Okay, template being created and that a generic definition is being here. Okay, here T is a generic type. T is a generic type that is used as placeholder. Here T is a generic type that is used as placeholder. Okay. Next, here functions two generic type functions. A function with two generic types here. Okay, two generic types nothing but here two functions you can use inside that. Two generic types are there. Those two generic types you can see here. Okay, T1x comma T2y. T1x comma T2y. Okay. Void main my function 10 comma I like C++ my function 98.6. Here you can see here we can't use any data type. Just what information we are inserting in the function. Okay, then automatically the compiler can identify that is the type of data type. Okay, 9.98.6 is there. 98.6 is a floating point value. 19 is a integer value and 10 is also integer value. Next I like C++ that is string value. Okay, they're identified. Okay, next generic function restrictions. Generic functions are similar to overloaded function except okay that they are more restrictive. Okay, here you can function overloading is possible by using generic functions. Okay, next you can see classes are there. Here template to sort. Sorting means here arranging in a order. What are the elements are there? Those elements are arranging in a order, ascending order or descending order or any order. Okay. Next increasing order. And here you can see generic classes. On the generic classes you can see, okay, in addition to generic function, we can also define a generic class. When we do this, we create a class that defines all algorithms used by that class. However, the actual type of data being manipulated will be specified as a parameter when object of that class are created. Generic classes are useful when a class uses logic that can be generalized. For example, the same algorithm that maintain a queue of integer will also work for queues of characters. Okay, and the same mechanism that maintains. Okay, here you can see class name, opening braces and closing braces, semicolons are the general form of a member function defined of the template classes. Okay, general form of object creation of templates here. Okay, next program two numbers, addition of two numbers you can see here. Just enter the values here. Just enter the two number values. Those number values are which data type you can see here. First, add both values are integer values, and second both values are floating values. First, both values are integer values, and second both values are floating values. Okay. Next, okay, this is the today's class. Okay, stop.